The sound echoed through the house, then disappeared into a silence so deep, they could hear their own breathing. Zane rushed back and pulled the handle with both hands. It didn't move. It stuck, he said, trying to stay calm. But everyone knew. This wasn't normal. Sarah stepped back slowly. This isn't funny anymore. That's when they heard it again. The crying. Not distant this time. Not faint. It was coming from inside the house. Heba's hands were shaking. Noor checked her phone. No signal. No sound. Just a black screen staring back at her. Ion turned on his flashlight. The beam cut through the darkness and revealed a long hallway. The walls were covered with deep scratches, as if someone had dragged their fingers across them. Again and again, the crying grew louder. It was coming from a room at the end of the hallway. A door stood half open. They walked toward it slowly, each step heavier than the last. Inside the room was an old wooden bed. Dust covered everything, but on the floor, near the bed, were small footprints, bare feet, child-sized. They led toward the bed and stopped. There were no footprints leading back. Sarah whispered, "This doesn't make sense." Suddenly, a voice came from the corner of the room. "Why did you come here at night?" Everyone froze. Ion slowly turned the flashlight. Someone was sitting there, head down, long hair covering the face. The hair looked wet, as if the person had been crying for hours. Zane swallowed hard. "Who are you?" The figure slowly stood up. When it lifted its head, they saw a human face. No blood, no wounds, but the eyes. The eyes were empty. "I used to live here," the figure said calmly. Its voice was tired, broken. "I kept telling myself, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll rest. Tomorrow I'll talk to my family. Tomorrow I'll live." Ion felt his chest tighten. But tomorrow never came, the voice continued. The house began to creak. Doors in the hallway slammed shut one by one. Words started appearing on the walls, scratched deeply into the wood. "Tomorrow. Not today. Later." Heba screamed. The figure looked at them. "You're still alive," it said. "You still have time." The crying grew louder. The walls started shaking. Ion shouted, "What are you?" The figure answered slowly, "I am what regret becomes, when it's left alone for too long." Suddenly, the room filled with light, and everything went black. They woke up outside. Morning sunlight burned their eyes. The house stood behind them, silent and still, as if nothing had happened. Noor checked her phone again. This time, it worked. She stared at the screen. Her face turned pale. "The date," she whispered. "It's not right." The date was 10 years later. They looked at their hands. Wrinkled. Older. They ran to the city. Everything had changed. New buildings. New faces. They searched records, and found something that made their blood run cold. 5 people had gone missing 10 years ago, near an abandoned house. Their names were listed: Ion, Zane, Sarah, Heba, Noor. They were declared dead. That night, they understood the truth. The crying was never from a monster. It was the sound of a life wasted. The house didn't kill people. It showed them what happens when tomorrow becomes a habit. Some never return. Some are sent back, older, wiser, haunted. And even now, when someone says, "I'll do it tomorrow," Ion remembers the house, and the crying that never stopped.